Hello, friends and freundins, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Troglodyte channel. In this one, I will build the Soviet SU-18 self-propelled gun, a small and rather weird-looking vehicle that was never actually built, and only existed in history as a conception on a drawing board. But nevertheless, it was very fun to build. Come on, let me show you how I did it. This Hobby Boss 135 scale model kit has very few parts and it's really simple to build. First, I started with the suspension and the road wheels. After I carefully removed all of the pieces from their sprues, I sanded them down and then began the assembly. I made sure that all of the pieces would be positioned as straight as they could, so that I wouldn't have any issues with positioning the tracks later. The parts are few, but they fit well with each other, and also the detail is good. Once the suspension was done, I glued in place the sprocket and idler wheels. I added details to the upper part of the hull and I positioned it in place together with the mudguards as one. I gave the turret some rough texture by stapling it hard with Mr. Cement Deluxe glue. This look makes the vehicle a little bit more aggressive in my mind, and also adds a lot of realism as a whole. Then I assembled the gun while I was at it. I put it aside and continued with the assembly of the lower hull. I made the exhaust and the ammunition carrier on the back. Then I put together the tracks of the vehicle, which was very easy, simple and fast, since they are only about 50 or 52 track links on each side. I glued them in 4 groups of 15 links and 4 groups of 11 links individually. This would make their positioning on the road wheels later much easier. But before that I glued on some more details, like the shovel on the back, the one and only headlight on the front, and something that looks like a horn. I suppose it is. These two will need a few more details later. While the cement glue was not totally dry on the tracks yet, I would bend them slowly and carefully into positions that they would fit the road wheels and the suspension. It was a good thing that I remembered to slightly damage the mudguards before I'd glue the tracks in position. The tracks came together really easily and they look nice, so I consider this a success. With the exception of some baggage accessories, the vehicle was pretty much complete. The assembly, that is. So I decided to make a small base for it. First I cut a square piece of XPS foam, to which I gave some rough texture, and then I carved two narrow ditches going diagonally through the middle. This will hopefully imitate a dirt path for vehicles. I then covered each one of them with a thin stripe of clay, which I sprinkled lightly with some dirt and small rocks, and then I pressed on top of them the tracks of my tank. This didn't exactly work the way I hope it would, because the track links are relatively simple and flat, and so the imprint that they left behind wasn't very prominent. I also think that the clay that I used was a little bit too hard. Anyway, I continued with the base by covering it with paste, and I also added some dirt and very few stones here and there. I also want to add a broken tree branch, but I will do this after I glue the grass in position in the next episode. Once my base was ready, I added a few more details on the ammunition carrier on the back of the vehicle. Or at least, that's what I think it is. If you know, please tell me. Nothing too extravagant, just a munitions box and a chain. Maybe I also add a tarp on the front, but after I paint the vehicle. I also made a couple of cables for the headlight and the horn. And that was it, my friends and freundins. The troglodyte is very happy with this weird-looking little self-propelled gun. It was a simple build, but I believe I gave it a little bit more finesse by adding a few details here and there. In the next episode, I will paint the vehicle and complete this little diorama. If you enjoyed the little weird tank assembly, don't forget to hit the like button. And of course, subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. You can also write me a comment and let me know your thoughts and ideas regarding this project. So this is it. Thanks again, friends and freundins, and I will see you in the next episode.